Hello all. Today is June 7th, week one of a 6-week professional development course over the Learning Management System Google Classroom. And my name is Miss Lynn. I am the Director of Learning Management System Training, and I'm going to be your facilitator for this course. So welcome. Nice to meet everyone. First, let me apologize for background noise. I know we're all working from home, so you'll hear a couple lawnmowers or maybe a couple pets. A little bit more about myself. I have my undergraduate degree from Wright State in organizational leadership, and I'm 1 year into my master's program for educational technology, also known as the EIDL program. I have 6 years in K-12 education, and I've worked with this specific learning management system for over the past 5 years. In this video, I plan to cover the basic skills necessary to create, set up, and prepare your Google Classroom course shell. The course shell is basically the platform that we're using for our distance learning and remote learning. My goal in this course is to empower each and every one of you with the skills that you need to be successful this school year with any kind of distance learning or remote education that you'll be doing. Okay, so before we got started, I did send out an email labeled starting here. It had a Google form questionnaire, and I did receive everyone's responses back, so thank you for that. Each week you're going to be getting one of those questionnaires, and what I do is I use it as a diagnostic assessment to help me understand where you guys are, what you already know, and what you stand to gain from this course. I value your input, so I really want to make sure that you guys are involved in the planning and the direction of the course overall. So whenever you see these questionnaires come out, please make sure that you answer those in a timely fashion. So at the end of each week, you'll get another questionnaire. It'll ask you what went well and where there's room for improvement. And again, because I value your feedback and these are also for points, please make sure that you answer those questionnaires weekly. All right, so from the first round of surveys or questionnaires that I sent out, I saw that a lot of you were interested in learning how to edit or add to your Google Classroom course shell, and a lot of you were also interested in learning how to use the web conferencing feature. I was able to use that feedback or that data to create our learning objectives for this week. First, by the end of this lesson, the learner will be able to demonstrate mastery of basic learning management system skills. The learner will be able to assemble or modify an assignment with and without additional content. And the learner will be able to operate a Google Meets web conference with basic skill sets. All right, so we're going to build on these learning objectives as the course goes on. So our learning objectives for next week will also include the learning objectives for this week, but with additional information. So it'll be a platform for us to use and build from. The content for each week is going to play a role in our new learning management systems and our assessments for each course. There are low-stake assessments throughout the lesson in the form of performative tasks, which means that you will have to demonstrate your mastery. And then at the end of the course, there's a cumulative performative test that will make sure that we can demonstrate all of the skills that we would have learned over the 6 weeks. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Everyone should be on the website google.com. Okay, let's go ahead and switch from my presentation to the screen video.
Okay, once you're on google.com, make sure you're logged into your school faculty email account. You can do that by putting your cursor on the thumbnail or the icon of your first initial in the upper right-hand corner. From there, you click the waffle icon to open up your Google applications. Select Classroom. If you've ever created a course shell before, all of the available and archived course shells will appear here. If you've not ever created a course shell before, this will appear blank. Go to the plus sign in the upper right hand corner to add a course shell. Select Create Class. Next, enter the class name and then any additional information you have, including possibly the subject, the section, or room number, and select Create. You will be immediately directed to your new course shell's home screen. This is called the Stream screen. Right below that, you'll see the banner, and this is where you can make selections from a gallery of images to customize your course shell. You want to go to the bottom right hand corner and press Select Theme. From this gallery, you'll choose a subject matter that best fits for you and pick the image that works best for your class. Once you've made a selection, go to the bottom left-hand corner and press Select Class Theme. You can also upload a photo of your choice from your hard drive. You can do that by selecting the Upload Photo option in the bottom right-hand corner of the banner. Once you select Upload Photo, go ahead and select the option to select a photo from your computer. You can also drag a photo here from your desktop. Find the image of your choice and select Upload. You can edit it or drag it to fit the part that you feel is most important. Once you've customized or cropped and edited the way you like, go ahead and Select Class Theme in the lower left-hand side of the screen. Now that we've created and designed our Google Course shell, we're going to learn how to add students to the classroom. In the toolbar, select People. From the People screen, you'll be able to add teachers or students by either selecting the Add Student icon or selecting the Invite button at the bottom of the screen. You can share the invite link and have people come to your class that way, or you can enter them all manually by typing in an email address. Once you have all the emails that you care to invite, select the Invite button at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. You can repeat this process until you have all the students or teachers that you feel are needed for your class. Now that you've completed these 3 tools, it's time for a performative assessment. I want you to complete all 3 learning tools individually in your own Google Course shell, and then send an invite to myself using my faculty email provided at the beginning of the course. Once I receive that invitation, that will count as completion for this portion of the professional development. Earlier in this video, we learned how to create a course shell, change the theme, and add students to our classroom. Now we're going to learn how to add assignments. From your stream page that you've just created, locate the classwork option in the toolbar. Select Create in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. From the drop-down, select Assignment. Enter a title for your assignment and any instructions you may have. To add any additional content to your assignment, press the Add button in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. From the drop-down, choose your option to add your additional information. You can use the Google Drive, a link, a file from your hard drive, or YouTube. Select Add Link. Next, select the Assign button in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. There are several ways to start a web conference. First, select the gear icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Scroll down to Meet and select Make Visible to Students. Save your changes. You and your students can now start a web conference by pressing the Meet link in the banner. Make sure to allow your computer's permissions for both the microphone and the camera. If you would like to start your meeting with your camera off, select the camera icon. If you would like to start the meeting with your microphone off, select the microphone icon. To start the meeting, select Join Now. To add students, you can copy the Meet link here and email that out to students directly, or you can select the Add Others option. Enter an email address for someone that you'd like to invite to your class. Select Send Email. To end the call, hit the phone icon at the bottom of the meeting. Next, select End Call. Now that we've completed this tool, it's time for our next performative assessment. Using your own course shell, create a Google Meet and send me an invitation to my faculty email. I will be checking your course shells for completion. Once I receive your Google Meet invite, that will count as completion of this portion of the professional development.
Okay guys, I know that was a lot of content, but let's go ahead and recap. So we have created a course shell. We selected a theme for our course shell. We've learned how to add students and created an assignment with and without additional content. And we've started a web conference. So that wasn't so hard, was it, right? All right, for the next week assignment, 2 things. Don't forget to complete the steps through each tool, and that should include sending an invite to me for joining your class as well as joining your web conference, okay? I will be checking your course shells periodically for completion and these assignments, okay? So that'll be due no later than Sunday at midnight. Don't forget to complete the weekly surveys. I will need those back no later than Friday so I can use the feedback that you guys give me to create our learning objectives for the next course and kind of make any tweaks necessary to benefit you guys. All right, look forward to you guys' feedback, and I will see you next class Monday, June 14th. Bye, guys.